Namaste students. So today we will discuss about the characteristics of the genetic material. So what are the characteristics of the genetic material? Genetic material, they should have the ability of replication. They should have the ability of replication. Okay. Next is they can show slow changes, means mutation, which is required for evolution, which is required for evolution. They should be stable, they should be stable, and they should pass from one generation to passed from one generation to the next generation. They should pass from one generation to the next generation. Now next we will discuss about the stability related to RNA and DNA. Like in case of RNA and DNA, RNA it is less stable and DNA it is more stable. RNA it shows more reactivity, it shows more reactivity, and DNA it shows less reactivity. Why? Because there is one extra OH group that is present on the second position. On the second position, one extra OH group that is present. H upon OH, HCH2OH. And here on the second position, only the H group that is present. H upon OH, HCH2OH, H upon OH. Okay, so this extra group OH that is present, because of that the RNA that are more, they show the more reactivity, and in case of DNA, because only one H that is present here, so that's why they show the less reactivity. Now next is that the RNA it contains the uracil. It contains the uracil, and DNA it contains thiamine base. Okay, thiamine base that is present as the nitrogenous base in case of DNA, but in case of RNA, uracil that is present. Now next is related to mutation. As DNA it is more stable, so that's why in case of RNA the chances of mutations that are more, chances of mutations are more as compared to the DNA. Okay. Now next is that RNA it is not dependent upon the DNA for the protein synthesis, because as I told you that from the DNA RNA forms by the process of transcription, and from the RNA the proteins that are formed by the process of translation. It means that the RNA it is independent for the formation of the protein, but the DNA it depends upon the RNA for the formation of the proteins. Okay, so DNA it depends upon RNA, it depends upon RNA for the synthesis of for the formation of protein, and RNA, it doesn't depend upon the DNA for the expression of the characters. Next, we will discuss about the semi-conservative mode of replication. But first, you should know about the replication. Before discussing the replication process in detail, you should know about that DNA. It shows the semi-conservative mode of replication. Now, first of all, what is replication? Replication means that we suppose one DNA that is present here, then when it will uncoil, okay, means uncoil means like this. These two strands, they will uncoil to form the single strand. Okay. Now what happen next? That when they will become uncoiled, then the bases that are present over the DNA, they will get exposed. The bases which are present over the DNA, they will get exposed, and then the new strand, it will form around it. It means the parent strand, this strand, it will act as a template. It will act as the template for the synthesis of the new strand. As all of you know that the base pairing, it depends upon the complementary. Means if suppose A is there and T is there, C, G. If we know the sequence of the one strand, then automatically we will come to know the sequence of the another strand also, because A, it base pairs with T, T with A, C with G, and G with C. Okay, so similarly, if the DNA, it will become uncoiled, then the bases that will get exposed, and on the complementary base pairing, then the bases, they will attach, and the new DNA, it will form. We have to discuss this DNA replication in detail. Here just we are discussing about the semi-conservative mode of replication. Semi-conservative mode of replication. That what is semi-conservative mode of replication? That when the DNA, it uncoils, it means that one strand, that is old strand in DNA always, and one strand, that is the new strand. Okay, means one strand, that is old strand, and one which makes the complementary, which makes the new DNA strand on the basis of the complementary base pairing, it will become the new strand. Okay, so one new and one old, it means that semi-conserved nature. Means the old strand, it always remain conserved in the DNA strand. Okay, means one DNA is having one old strand as well as the one new strand also.